Greetings, I am Herbert Erpaderp, and the time of the asking of the Herbert Erpaderp has arrived once more, right on schedule. Before we get to the questions though, it's time to welcome our latest patron, John Crosby. You may have seen John around my Twitch chat or on Discord. I very much appreciate your support, John, and it's always a pleasure to have you in chat. If you like the videos I make and you want to support me, and you would like to see the videos early along with outtakes and the ability to take part in polls, Patreon is the place for you. There's a link in the description below. The financial support helps me buy kits and do sensible things with them. And speaking of polls, there's one on Patreon right now, so go check it out. Once again, thank you very much, John Crosby. Okay, now time for the questions. Argonaut248 said, "What would you say was your favourite model to work on you have ever done?" Similar questions have certainly been asked, and I haven't got a good answer. I've built a lot of models over the years, and some of them have been very good and pleasant to build. I can't think of any that stand out as an absolute favourite, and I don't really see the point in arbitrarily picking one. I'm sure if I did, I would later remember another one and change my mind. This is pretty much the same answer as to any "what's your favourite" question, really. Hobbit Feetman said, "Do you have a favourite theatre of conflict to model? Example, the Pacific." Not really, they're all pretty interesting and they've all got their pros and cons, like anything. I guess I would say Europe in general over the Pacific or Africa, though those have a lot of interesting things you could do as well. Muse said, "If you could be the leader of any country, real or fictional, which would it be?" I already am. I'm the glorious and beloved leader of Derptopia, a land where nothing could possibly go wrong. Besides that, I don't know. I don't think being the leader of a country is for me, if I'm honest. It seems like a lot of work you should take seriously, and I don't think I would be very good at that. Though I suppose if it was the US it would be okay if I half-assed it and just grifted the entire country. They seem into that. Bruh said, "Do you have a favourite brand of paint, and will you do some more painting videos?" Not really. I feel like most miniature paints are fairly similar. There are obviously differences, largely in particular colours, and some like Scale 75 are a bit thicker than your Vallejos or Ammos for example, and that is just something you get used to as you use said paints. I'm not somebody who chooses a brand of paint and sticks to only that brand because that really just seems silly to me, but I do use a lot of Vallejo paint. Vallejo was the easiest to get and most reasonably priced when I was buying most of my paints, and I do think it is good paint, but I like most of the other paints I've got as well. Also, I will be doing more painting videos. Barring something happening, this coming Monday's video should be a painting one. I've not really felt motivated to do much painting lately, so I don't. Otherwise, it's a good way to become resentful of something that I do rather enjoy. And even though I really enjoy painting, if I don't feel like doing it, it's not fun. There's just other things that have been taking priority, things that I felt more like doing, and sponsored videos and other things. But there will be more. I've had a couple of great, terrible ideas lately that I'm excited to try, and you'll see them, well, not soon, but soon. John Crosby said, "If you were a dog, what breed would you like to be?" I don't know. I'm not very knowledgeable about dog breeds, but I'd want to be one that people like and treat well, so not the kind that people make to fight. Also one that's not too yappy. I guess the yapping doesn't really annoy the yapping dog, but still it would be annoying. I would say a good dog, but well, they're all good dogs. Maybe a Samoyed, then I could be a cloud. Argonaut248 said, "What was your first model?" I don't remember. It was a long time ago and I don't remember what I had for breakfast or if I had breakfast. It would have been something very cheap from a local toy store, probably by Revell. Martin Gotham said, "Have you built the Rubicon model's 28mm German Schwimmwagen Type 166? I do have that kit in my stash, but I haven't built it yet. I will probably put it or the Kubelwagen together sometime soon, when I feel the need for something quick to build again. Both of those look like they're going to be pretty cool." Muse said, "Does your beard have magical powers?" Of course it does. All beards do. Just ask the world's premier beard-related band, The Beards. They inform us that having a beard means you can't be killed, among other wisdom. Trekan Belovich said, "Sleeping, just necessary or also enjoyment?" Well, I feel like I sleep too much, though it's not usually on purpose, which I don't like. But I do enjoy sleeping. I don't enjoy it when in the middle of the day my brain has a crushing urge to go to sleep or when I find it next to impossible to wake up, so I feel a bit conflicted. Also, I feel like I could be so much more productive if I didn't sleep. Whether that's true or not, we will never know, but in general, I do like sleeping. Red Phoenix said, if you could body swap with anybody in the world, you would get any assets they own, who would it be? This is an interesting question. I can think of one person, who I won't name, but not because of their assets or anything like that, just to see what things are like from their perspective. It would be interesting and probably educational. Actually, there's probably a whole lot of people who would be interesting to see what their life is like if I put some thought to it, though I can't really think of a good answer. Could I go back to my own body afterwards? If so, maybe I'd take over somebody like Jeff Bezos and enrich myself a little bit. Maybe make him do something completely ridiculous and then GTFO back to my own body. Nothing malicious, of course, but maybe something that would benefit the entire world. Or maybe make him poop his pants. I don't think I would like to be Poopy Pants Bezos for the rest of my life though. In the comment section of last fortnight's Ask a Herbert Erpaderp, Yantima said, is there going to be a group build video? There will be, eventually. Time has been a bit short lately, so it hasn't been the highest priority, and what I think I'll do is wait until the next group build is announced. Then I can talk about that in the video as well. EP Art said, what's the most obscure or niche franchise or genre you are familiar with? I had to think about this. I don't think I'm into anything especially obscure. Back in the old days when there was less internet, I might have said punk music because, well, at least where I lived, it was pretty uncommon. But that would also have been combined with that whole "nobody's ever heard of this thing that's existed for years and years before I was born" thing that young people seem to have when they discover music. Also, I find it kind of hard in my mind to know exactly what is or isn't obscure. I guess really I'm more concerned with whether or not I enjoy a thing, rather than its obscurity. Interesting question though. Does Firefly count? It's pretty popular with nerds, I guess, but it only had one season and a movie, so I don't know. I guess really what this means is my tastes are pretty common. It's probably not really a bad thing. Anyway, let's go and have a look at some of the modelling that has been shared in the Discord community over the last couple of weeks. First up, something we don't always get to see, Effic has shared this little unicorn. I've no idea where it's from or if it's a 3D print or something, but it's something different, and it's bound to upset some people, which is always a nice bonus. I like it. It's nice and colourful and not the sort of thing we see here very often. Keep up the excellent work. Graph Pudding shared some 15mm scale 25-pounders and quad tractors. The models are from the Plastic Soldier Company, and I think Graph Pudding has done a fantastic job painting and basing them. The placement of the limbers and guns with the figures looks as though there's a lot of action going on. It seems to tell a bit of a story. That story being, hey, we're shooting here. Here's another from Graph Pudding, this tanker engaging in a little bit of distraction with some reading material, which may be a little bit lewd, but hey, you gotta have something to get you through the war. Red Phoenix shared this. Because I'm a sensible and not at all silly person, I was rather amused by a turret with legs, and I thought you folks might be as well. Got a good chuckle out of me. Ha ha ha, I said. Trekan Beluvic shared a sexton. Yeah, it has the word sex in it. Clearly the paint on this and the other sextons you'll see is very nicely done. Trekan does good work, and I have to admit I'm a little bit jealous of how much he seems to get done. It's very cool. I like how the 4-gun Sexton battery has every vehicle looking just a bit different. Good job. And that's all for this fortnight. A little bit shorter than normal, but it's getting warm in here, so that doesn't really bother me. But as always, a very big thank you to everybody who shared their modelling, asked questions, and watches my videos. I appreciate it. I also very much appreciate John Crosby, who is our newest patron, which, unless you skipped the start of the video, you already knew. A very big thank you. Ask a Herbert Erpaderp will return in 2 weeks, so get your questions in. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, follow, ring the bell, become a patron or YouTube member, or maybe just come say hi on Discord or Twitch when I'm live. Links to all of my things are in the description below, and as always, I shall return soon. So until then, be excellent to each other, and thank you for watching. Farewell.